Jesus get in your ear and put in the path. Now you have to allow the healing to set in. You have to allow those things that have hurt you, put it on the altar and say, you know what, God, they're yours. Because if I'm a child of you, they were never intended to hurt me, but they were intended to hurt you. So here you go. Joe, because I wanted to walk in the right, but because somebody told me something, to me, look, check it out. My mentality when I was out there doing what I was doing, if I was accused of messing around, guess what? Might as well go mess around. They're accusing me, might as well do it, right? So that was the mentality of me. And that's a lot of mentality out there. Well, they're accusing me of doing it, so I might as well do it. You know, they think I'm doing it anyway, might as well. Might as well. That was the mentality of a lot of us. The Medea has a play that says I can do bad all by myself. I don't need nobody to show me how to do bad. I know how to do bad. The thing is, when you come into the things of God, do you know how to do good? And are you doing good out of the ignorance of people that tell you how to do good? Or are you doing good according to what the Spirit of God tells you to do good? I have a lot of people ask me, is it a sin to smoke? Is it a sin to drink alcohol? And it's just questions they ask. I don't know why they ask, but maybe because it'll bring some kind of closure to them. And I always tell them this, hey, look, you've developed a taste for this world. You've developed a taste for this world. Now, if God tells you that it's wrong, and you're disobedient, then what you've fallen into is disobedience. And then you're living wrong. So that's a very touchy subject. Because when somebody comes and says this, that means that they have the mentality, that means somebody down the way has chopped their ears off and tell them you need to get right, you need to stop doing what you're doing, but they haven't taught them how to do it. They haven't taught them. Well, if you want me to get right, teach me how to get right. And if I go to your house and I see something that I don't like, then I'm going to call you a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. So why should I listen to you? If you act one way at church, and when I go to your house, you act another way, why should I listen to you? Why? Why? Why should I hear you with the ear, the one good ear that I do have? Why? Why? You sit there and you judge me, and you tell me I'm doing something wrong, but when I come to your house, you're doing something wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. So it's very important that we allow Jesus to take that ear, put it, and then the healing process will begin. Be like, wow, I thought I was doing bad all this time. All God wants is my obedience. That's all He wants from us. All He wants is our obedience. And if you have a question, ask God. Because the Bible tells me in His Word not to drink to get drunk. But the thing is about our character, because I know my character, if I start to drink, I start to desire other things. So if I know myself, why am I going to put myself through that situation? Right? Right? If you know yourself, why would you put yourself there? Why? Why? A lot of people can drink and just kick back and drink and watch a show and fall asleep. A lot of us, I know, that's what they go home, they drink a beer with their meal, and hey, that's more power to them. They can do that. But I know a person like me, the way I used to be, if I drink, one drink leads to another. One drink leads, and then pretty soon I'm starting to develop that taste again for some sausage. I want some, because I'm not just satisfied with something. I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to do that like other people. Because God has told me I'm not like other people. I'm not like other people. So when you come at me with a question, we have to ask ourselves, well, first of all, what is our character like? Do you think you can handle it? I mean, a lot of us, they go to work, they're already high, but they can work better when they're high. Why is that? Why? Why? Because they develop a taste for the things of this world. It's like they become immune to it. They're so used to it that weed is just like coffee to them. Weed is just like caffeine. Like when a lot of Christians, they drink coffee and they look at a lot of people that are addicted to drugs and they sit there and they point. That's wrong. That's wrong. Yet they can function without their coffee in the morning. Is there something wrong there? But they don't see that, do they? That's what my mom used to always tell me, Mijito, when are you going to stop? And I used to tell her jokingly, when you stop drinking coffee. That's not the same, isn't it? Well, if you have to get up in the morning, you feel you have to have your coffee of Joe, and you can't function without, don't talk to me, I need my coffee. What is that? That's just like me. If I get up in the morning and do a glass, what's the difference? I think I need a glass because I didn't get as much sleep as I needed, so the glass is going to keep me up. What's the difference between my glass and your coffee? You're justifying. A lot of Christians justify their belief in something so that way their physical can be satisfied. But see, if you develop a desire and if you develop a taste for the Spirit, then that taste of the world is going to slowly fall off, and you're going to find yourself not desiring that taste no more, but you find yourself desiring of a new taste. New wine. Something tangible. Something that's going to give and not take. Because the things of this world tend to take from us, but the things of God tend to give to us. It gives back that life that the enemy has taken because of our bad judgment. See, God called Moses because it was time to give back of what God has given to him. What did God give him? Well, he had humility now. He was walking in obedience now. He was walking in love. Because if it wasn't for love, he wouldn't have been out there tending the sheep. So now that you have something to give, something that's going to create life, something that's going to create growth and not kill, God will call you. And he said, Moses, Moses. And he heard him. And he heard him. Let's turn to the book of Mark. Mark chapter 8. Mark chapter 8, verse 22 reads like this. And it cometh to Bethsaida, and they brought a blind man unto him, and besought him to touch him. And he took the blind man by the hand, and he led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes, and he put his hands upon him, he asked him if he saw. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. After that, he put his hands again upon his eyes and made him to look up. And he was restored and saw every man clearly. And he sent him away to his house, saying, neither go into the town, nor tell it to anyone in the town. See, they brought this blind man to Jesus, expecting Jesus to touch him. Now the story there, it doesn't tell